All right. Welcome. I apologize. Actually, let me double check that this camera isn't like super out of focus. Oh no, that looks pretty good. Devin, welcome in. I did not have a chance to add in the chat to the stream. Not a problem, but I'll probably do that this weekend. That's mostly for people who are going to be watching this on YouTube at some point in the future. I know. But anyways, it is what it is. Zevia's trying to attack me here. Alright, sorry. How are you doing? We're gonna kill the music here. We are working on part 3 of the Subnautica track. This will probably... Sorry, I got lemon lime Zevia all over my face. This will probably be the last time that we work on this for a little bit. Just because I'm excited to work on some more original music on stream soon, and then I figure we can kind of have like a healthy balance of going kind of back and forth between the two. So with that being said, you know, I feel like 3 weeks in a row of Subnautica / like video game music, pretty good amount of time dedicated to it. So I did have a couple ideas for this today though, so that makes me excited to explore it. So let's jump in and see what we're working with. So this is what we got for our kind of chill intro. Headphones will probably be beneficial. Also, I apologize for like huge increases in volume. Might happen. I'll try and minimize it though. Okay, and remember we're working off of this image here. I still haven't figured out how to throw out a video in this. I should figure that one out. Okay, so this added interest is probably what we'll tackle today. And then we can do some sort of, maybe if we have time, I can do this post-danger resolution. It's not entirely critical, but I think it could be kind of cool. So like what I was talking about the last couple streams, in case you missed it, like all of these are ideally going to kind of blend together as you're playing the game, right? So just a quick rundown. If you're swimming around up here and there's nothing going on, you might end up in this like with this first 8 bars, that's this chill intro thing. Maybe that's what you got going on. And then, you know, as you're going along, you'll introduce elements from the second melody part, and those can kind of bounce back and forth and things can cut in and out, whatever. This added interest, let's say you're swimming over here and you find like a cool treasure chest or something. Maybe this added interest piece starts blending in, right? And then maybe you end up where this girl's at now, trying to pet this weird chameleon thing. Maybe that's actually an enemy, so this danger soundtrack pops in. Well, let's say you end up defeating the chameleon. I thought it would be really cool to have this kind of post-danger resolution melody that could kind of blend out of the danger soundtrack, blend into this post-danger resolution that would then blend back into the chill intro. So you would always have this kind of perfect movement going from danger to resolution back to the kind of general chill environment music. So, or whatever else, right? Danger, post-danger resolution, back into danger, post-danger resolution, into the interest, second melody, whatever. So, and then this above the water one here would be, that would be kind of the opposite of what a lot of games do when you go underwater, where you like low pass the volume so that everything sounds kind of muffled and muddy. I thought it'd be really interesting to do something like that, since this is a game where you're primarily underwater. Just kind of like a fun little callback to what games typically do. So either like low pass everything, so there's not as much like fullness, and you can only kind of hear like the bright, upbeat melodic elements, or maybe you low pass everything just kind of as a joke. But I thought that could be kind of cool. So that one will be really easy though. Once we kind of get these other ones figured out, then I can add on to that one. So but let's start with this added interest piece here. So I'm gonna copy these chords again. Gosh, I love those. Those are so good. Let's make an entirely different thing, because even more chords. All right, so let's make. Also, I don't know if I streamed. I don't think I had this the last stream. I got a new chair the other day. I'm still getting used to it. It's got this headrest here that looks like it would be really beneficial, but in order to use it, and I don't know why this is the case, maybe like I'm broken, but in order to use it, my head has to be like so far back. Like, it feels kind of ridiculous. Like, this is me putting all of my weight on it. It feels like I'm looking up at the sky, you know? Like, why? Or I've got, I'm doing like the double chin thing here. I don't get it. It's like, why not push this out so that my head can be here, and my entire body can be straight? I don't know. Maybe I'm using the chair wrong. Or maybe my entire body is just broken, but it's almost more of like a neck rest. So anyways, I don't love it. Maybe a slight mistake in this chair, but it is what it is. The rest of the chair is relatively comfortable, unless I'm trying to like, throw, how sometimes you like sit on your leg or something, and then it's not quite as comfortable, but it's got this nice mesh back. Yeah. Anyways, let's go into labs here. Labs has some really fun, cool elements. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this might be kind of cool. That's perfect. We'll just slap these in here. Oh man, I get chills from some of this stuff. It's so good. Synth 3. It's got something in synth 4. Okay, we'll throw this on 39. Like, this also has a very like traditional video game feel to it. Yeah, I guess so. Well, and I was like, maybe if I had like a TV up on my wall, like I could lean back and watch it, and that'd be kind of cool. Or like sometimes if I'm listening to music and I don't want to like be looking at something, I can just kind of like relax. But other than that, it's like it's kind of pointless. It also tilts up like super high, so I don't understand. There's a number of things that I wish that I was passionate enough about to like make a difference in. Chair design is one of them. Like, I'm a sucker for a good accessory. So like chairs, I wish that there were more better chairs. I wish that there were more better bags, like backpacks, sling bags. Like, I'm a huge sucker for those. If my music ever takes off to a point where I'm like living from it, I will make a bag. Like, I guarantee you that. I will have a Skycap backpack or something. And it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Like, I can promise that. Okay, let's add in. I've got this cool, I think I showed you guys this last time, this 808 cooker. Let's see if there's anything in here that's like, you might not be able to hear some of these. Maybe I don't want that. Let's go with just like we might use that later, but for right now, let's just do a serum. And then I'm just going to use like a sine wave. You know, that's a good idea. I was thinking about something like a bungee type pillow. I knew that. I figured they would have something that I could put on the base of my chair to kind of make it better. April got this chair that is, I would argue, objectively better to mine, but it's got one crucial flaw, and that is when I am in a chair, I really like to lean back. Especially if I'm playing like Rocket League or like a casual game, or like a lot of times when I'm making music, I like to be like reclined. Probably because I'm super lazy or something. I don't know. But her chair that she got, I would say is better than mine in every single way, except for when you lean back, the spring in the chair is so strong that it pushes you forward. So you have to be pushing back. Otherwise, you're not like able to recline in it. I'm not a small dude, right? Like I weigh like 220, right? So for it to like push me up and me have to have my feet on the ground and like pushing back in order to recline in it, that was kind of a deal breaker for me. So that's that. But that was last weekend. What the heck did I do? Yeah, so a workout and a chair. That's exactly it. Okay, let's turn the volume of this guy down a little bit. We're going to throw it on base layer 1. We're going to throw a thermal on it. Oh. Hey Devin, can you shoot Jay a message? I know last week he had a couple people go live at the same time, and apparently if you go live at the same time as 2 other people, somebody's notification is going to be hidden. So if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. But let's see what this sounds like. Oh, okay. If you aren't wearing headphones, throw some on. Hopefully they're like halfway decent, because man, this is one of those. It just kind of like tickles your ears in a weird way. Okay, that's gonna go in its own lane here. Just call this base 1. It's the beauty of making music is I can call whatever I want. Okay, now the idea that I had earlier is this kind of piano riff thing is what we're gonna call it. Can you hear this if I play this by itself? Okay, well that's good. It's just, at least for me, like it does that weird little like tickly thing, which is kind of fun. Okay, so we're gonna pull in a piano. Let's do the classic Labs. Labs is just so good for their piano. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of riff on top of this, and we're gonna see what happens. These are all, are we in C? I think we're in C. I'd be very surprised if we weren't. Is this loud enough? Yeah, it is. Okay, let's do this then. Piano is going to go on. Oh, I don't even have a piano yet. Okay, cool. 32. Okay, that should be better. Let's turn 39 up a little bit more. I really like that run. Those three. Okay. I'll turn the piano up a little bit. I think it's maxed on there. It's so hard to tell what you guys hear because technically I hear kind of what you hear, but not entirely. And the problem for me anyways is that like my headphones are going to be different than what everybody else is using, right? So not that I have some crazy fancy headphones, like these things are like $100 or something, but still, it's like this is what I'm used to. You know, I'm running it through my sound card. I can adjust my volume independently, at least like the whole volume independently, which you guys technically can too, right? Like as long as the stream is generally loud enough, you can turn it up and down, but still, it's... And I don't hear myself as loudly, so when I talk, it doesn't really matter because I don't hear it. I don't hear it as much as you do, but... Hey, welcome in. Hey, no, they're great. Like, don't get me wrong. Honestly, some of my favorite headphones are like dirt cheap. Actually, let me pull out the ones I've been using recently. Give me 1 second. I've been wanting to plug these headphones for a minute. These things, I don't know if you can, the camera doesn't autofocus, but they're Soundcore, the C30i. Adam, welcome in. This is what they look like. Here, give me a second. I should really switch this thing to autofocus, but then it always messes up. So, I've been wanting to plug these for a while. This part right here is the speaker. This part clips onto the back of your ear, and then it sits inside of your ear. So it sits like this, and then that way you don't have like the speaker part like blocking your ears like normal headphones or like in-ear headphones. But yeah, I feel like I'm wearing like cyberpunk earrings half the time when I wear them. But let me throw them on. Yeah, so they just sit here and they just shoot the audio straight into your ear. It's pretty sweet. And then you can still hear everything. So I use them at work, and I've been using them walking around and stuff. I'm really excited to use them for my kind of field recordings that I've been doing, which I will hopefully be getting back to later. Kameo, welcome in. Okay, I am trying to make... Let's like reverb the heck out of this thing. I've been really liking Valhalla. Let's go... Let's do like a hall. This one's called Hull of the Siren, which is pretty fitting for a water game. Oh yeah. What is this? GBE. Yeah, I've had these headphones for I think 4 or 5 years now. They're just solid. Like, there's not much reason to get rid of something if it works really well, right? There we go. Well, and there's something to be said too about like consistency. Like especially, you know, when you're making music, knowing exactly how something is going to sound is like invaluable, right? Yes, definitely. That would be a good time. It has been quite a minute. All right, let's see here. That's kind of fun. Man, I've got way too much stuff up here. All right, sorry guys. Well, let's see what that sounds like with this part. Oops. This is the downside to me making music live is like I am by no means what one would consider a musician in the classical sense. I do not play an instrument. I am a composer. Which is fine. I have no problem with considering myself a composer. I consider myself a musician in so much that I make music, and realistically, I think I can perform music, but I perform music very differently than somebody who plays an instrument. So I'm not an instrumentalist, I guess, is what you would call it. But that is a huge weakness on live stream when I'm in front of people and I'm like trying to click around. But hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. So, by the way, for those of you who don't know, well, Adam, I guess you don't know this, but I've been streaming off and on for like a couple of years now at this point. I started in 2020 because COVID was doing this thing or COVID made Twitch do this thing where like SoundCloud, you could, if you're like a pro user, you could become an affiliate on Twitch just automatically because musicians weren't making money and stuff. So I was like, sure, I'll try it. And then Devin and Kamea have been in here for a long time because of that, which is great. But for Devin and Kamea, since you don't know, Adam is a big reason why I've been influenced to do the video game music side of things, because he works in video games, and so that's kind of a fun full circle thing. Yeah, good behind the scenes moment there. This is a little too slow for what I want. And then Adam, I'm not sure if you're fully up to speed on this, but I am. This is like kind of demo music for a potential Subnautica game. So I've been working off of this picture here, trying to make stuff to kind of fit what it would feel like to be in an underwater world. Obviously, I'm not great at this yet because I'm still learning, which is awesome. But I have a couple different like 8-bar loops here that I've been working on. So. But one of our regulars in here is a big Subnautica fan. I think he said he does some sort of game testing for them. So he was like, yo, you should make something. So that is why we are doing this. And I played it on stream a bit ago. So. Oh, having fun is the whole reason I do this. Which is great. I've actually come to really enjoy Thursdays, because I didn't stream for a bit because it got to be a lot of pressure. And I mean, it was all self-imposed pressure, and like, you guys have always been great, but yeah, streaming for a while was like a burden for me, and then I've recently come back into doing it regularly, and it's been way more fun. So I do not like how this is sitting, so I'm just gonna skip. Whoops. So yeah, now Thursdays are like my favorite day of the week. Let's try that. Yeah, I've seen that you're doing that. That's awesome. Actually, this is, if you guys want a real lore drop, none of you know this about me, but I grew up doing martial arts and did it for about 17 years regularly. So I appreciate the what martial arts does for people, which I think is severely underrated in our culture. I think it'd be really cool for more people to do, mostly any type of martial art. But let's see what this sounds like. Nope, we're just gonna leave it at that. Deep lore. It's a martial art called Tong Sudo. It's a traditionally Korean martial art. It just so happens to be the same martial art that Chuck Norris initially learned. But it draws off of a lot of different Chinese martial arts pretty heavily. So there's kind of a mix of everything, which is nice, like punching, kicking forms, but there's also like a little bit of like wrist locks and like knife defense and like short staff, long staff and stuff. But Chuck Norris reincarnated, but before he died. So Kung Fu is really cool. I would love to learn Kung Fu. I just don't think, like, my dilemma is like, I really want authentic training, because there's a lot of I think the downside to martial arts in the West is that there's a lot of people who like don't actually know what they're talking about. So sometimes it's hard to find like a good place to learn. And I think Kung Fu is especially one of those. Why does this feel too slow? Let's drop these back just a little bit. Where is it? Because I would be interested to potentially go. Why did that sound off? That sounds way off for some reason. Okay, I'll let you know. It's a little hard for me to get over there, depending on the time of day. But like if I was to go at 6, well, I guess I could go straight from work. But since I work over in Georgetown now, but all right, let's just copy this for this section. Since I'm struggling to think of something, we'll keep getting on with it. I do really like this initial kind of piano thing, though. It's got a very, like, floaty thing going on. All right, let's find some drums. I love using Splice for drums. Let's go drums. Let's go, what are we working in? 110 to 130. Oh, okay, cool. Well then maybe I'll have to make it happen. Let's see what like a shoegaze beat would sound like. What if we just try and mess with this a bit? Let's see what this could look like. What are we in drum effects here? Let's do this. Yeah. Let's just see. I have no idea if this will work at all. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then let's just stretch it out. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can you guys hear that okay? It's a little quiet for me, but yeah, that's pretty wild. I might just like, this is my my cop out with pretty much everything when making music. It's like I'll just throw a massive reverb on it, hide it. Yeah, that's true. I think I like that idea. Let's keep this in here. We'll drop the volume down a bit, and then and then we'll get something that's a little more like cinematic and not as kind of crazy. The problem is like most of the stuff I really like Splice, but their biggest problem is like when you put in something that's a genre, like, oh wait, I don't want stuff that's mine. I want view all. It's directly on. I don't do a whole lot of sends. Like everything cinematic in Splice is like this like very obviously cinematic thing. Something like this could work, I think. I kind of like this. This is kind of fun. It's definitely different from what I've been doing. Do I have anything on this track? No, I'll just throw it there. You mean for like for the drum bus? Yeah. That's a great idea. I know I'm still, my mixing knowledge is pretty limited. I have heard people talk about that. I have send tracks over here. I just don't feel like I've gotten a good grasp on how to make that work super well. Oh, okay. All right. I see. This kind of sounds like just like lo-fi hip hop at this point. That's true. That is true. All right, let's try that. Let's mute this. Take this piano, mute the reverb, and then we'll just send it here. Whoops. We don't want the bass panned to the right. All right, this one. Actually, we want that one to be a lot. Let's throw this one on here. Oh wait, it wasn't. It's the perk track. I think the piano. Okay, so if I remember right, our like danger music doesn't blend like well into any of this at all, which is fine. I mean, it's danger music, right? So maybe we add some sort of like a initial cymbal hit in here, just so that way like it's a good shift. Thanks, man. You can EQ the send to the reverb. Okay, wait. So you use a send reverb, and then you EQ. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll have to play with that more. Because, like I said, I've done it a little bit, but my mixing is in a point where I theoretically know some of the stuff, but then I feel like whenever I try to do it, it makes everything sound worse. And so I get hesitant to do it because it feels like I'm working backwards, if that makes sense. But right. Let's do like let's just grab this one, throw it in there, and guess I could throw this crash on like every so often. Let's turn it down a little bit though. So piano, aux, EQ. Oh, okay. So you'd almost like daisy chain them then. So you'd go like you'd like if we were doing that to this crash, you'd go crash into a send channel, EQ that, and then send that to the reverb. So you still have the original sound playing, and then you've got an EQ'd reverb. Is that right? Okay, I see. All right. So if we're doing that, let's just try this. Let's go EQ, and then we can just bump this guy over here, and then let's go crash into this EQ. Turn the EQ volume down. Like, let's just do something super weird to it, because we can. Let's just like. Okay, I see. And then we want this to send to this guy. How does this work though? FL gets a little weird with this because let me see. Crash goes into here. But then we don't want the okay, I see. So we want this actually to be there, and we'll just mute it. Nope, that didn't work either. I'll play around with it. That's a good thought though. I like that. FL just gets weird because like if you're not actually sending a sound into a different channel, from my limited knowledge in this, if you're not actually sending like volume from one channel into another channel, it just won't pick up anything. So like if I mute this, it's not sending anything there. If I unmute it, it is, but then it's also routing out. So I guess as long as this isn't going there and it's just going from here to here, then this is getting sent to the master channel. Okay, I think that makes sense. So then if I, yeah, so now we can hear just the, but then if I throw it in here, and then I can mute these. Okay, all right, this is starting to make some sense to me. I'm gonna drop it a little bit more. Okay, so here's basically the whole thing that we've got. Okay, so we're swimming around. We're doing our thing. And then we've got additional music and drums that come in. Got like a nice little melody. So that takes a bit of a turn, I think, just because this stuff is really bright and then this isn't. But that's okay. Because again, the idea is a lot of this stuff is going to kind of fade or blend or whatever. So you can kind of stack different things on top of each other. And then we have our kind of danger section here. I think I would like to add some more tonal elements to this danger part, but I really like it. I love this, like, is it this thing? That sounds so sick. All right, let's see. I don't think, well, actually, let's throw this on its own channel here. Piano. All right, let's see, piano. Whoa, that is not what I meant to do, but that sounds kind of cool. Which hit? That one that I soloed? Because I think my thought with it is like, is you want it to be, well, my thought process was like, it would be really sick to have this kind of, like, you could throw it on here, right? So if you're getting close to something, like, it kind of pops up as like a, hey, like, there's imminent danger, but then it also melodically works with whatever's going on in here. So yeah, no, that's great. I mean, yeah, I'm a complete novice at this stuff, so the more ideas the better, right? Because when you don't have a history of doing it, you don't have as many things to like think of, right? Let's go like danger lead. I want some sort of like plucky type thing, and I think I'm gonna riff off of this piano. So let's go in here, serum, the usual. It's kind of like, I mean, it's like with anything, right? It's like if you're doing preventative stuff and you don't have anything to like, you don't have anything to reference. So when you've got no reference points, then it gets a little difficult to like think of hypothetical situations when you've never encountered them before. What is this? Whoa. I don't like how... That's so weird. Welcome in, Jay. Let's try this. See what's going on here. Let's just see what this sounds like. Nope, that is not it. Let's see. What else do I got? I need to make more like heavy music or something. So let's turn this volume down. That's so unfortunate. What if I do this, but like just distort the heck out of it? Sorry if this gets a little annoying. Let's reset. Let's go back to this melody here. All right, let's throw that on to lead. What is that? 244. And then we'll throw this one onto our EQ. Well, actually, no, we don't want that, but throw it on the reverb for now. And I'm just gonna throw like a direct delay on it. Delay. Actually, maybe that's not what I want. Let's get this to have a little more decay. It sounds kind of thin right now. All right, man. Thanks for jumping in. It's good to talk to you. Hit me up. Let's do food over here, over there, wherever. I don't know that I love this, to be honest. It's like it's so lacking in melody that I don't know, maybe it doesn't need one. I'll think about it. It's so funny to go from this like lo-fi thing to this. It's this kind of sounds like you know what this sounds like? This sounds like my Port City Ira type stuff. That EP that I put out. Oh, April's probably here pretty soon. I might have to go as well. Oh wait, does she have a chiropractor appointment? Yo, you guys might have gotten lucky. I think she's got a chiropractor appointment. Oh wait, maybe she's just leaving from the chiropractor. All right, we got like 5 more minutes then. Yeah, this piano sounds... That's so funny. Unintentional. I guess that's the way the music works. But I really like these textures, and maybe that's something that I need to add in here. I think the hard thing about the way that I'm making this is, like, in theory, right? Aside from this, all of these, well, and I think aside from the dangers section, all of these, like these 4, these would all be interchangeable, right? So you'd either have this playing. Oops. I'm just going to do this. So like as you're swimming around, the entire time, you would either hear this, this, or none of them. And then for the leads, you would have, like, these are your options. So you'd either hear this one, or this one. And then you'd have either this, or this. Right? So, like, that's kind of the cool thing about it. It's like, in theory, you could have any of these just kind of existing, you know, and same with the bass. Like, you have the bass on or off, right? So, and you could have any of them on or off, but I digress. So, the hard thing, though, sometimes is, like, let's just try that. Let's just see what happens. So, you guys pick a number between 1 and 3. First person to put a number in, go. Okay. Give me another between 1 and 3. All right. Kamea, give me a number between 1 and 3. And then Jay, give me a number between 1 and 3. Since you are the only two other ones that I know are in here. You don't have to, but if you feel so inclined. Okay, so we got a 2. So let's start from here. So we'll take this sample and we'll go 2. All of them at once. Okay, and then you said 3. So we'll take this one. And where did I put this? Oh, look at that right there. All right, and then let's take, so we did that one, that one. Let's take this pluck. And then we'll take, we'll add the bass to it. And then we'll do this lead as well. Okay, is that everything? We got drums, bass, chords, lead, pluck. Okay, so this thing that I'm about to play is a conglomerate of parts of each of these 3 8-bar loops. And hopefully it will sound great. I think it sounds pretty good. I don't know about you guys. I think that sounds fantastic. So that's the cool thing with this is, like, we just effectively wrote potentially like hours worth of music in, you know, these 3 8-bar loops, because you literally, like, the entire time you're playing, aside from maybe this piano, like maybe some stuff in this added interest is only going to ever happen when you're near something that's interesting. I would maybe change this because I think this is fun, but maybe it's like something else in here is the thing that gets soloed out. But literally between these 3 8-bar loops, I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You've got 13. We're going to try this. What is 13 factorial? So you've got a potential of, what is that, 62 quadrillion? 600? No, that's 6 billion options. Yeah, lucky number 13. So we got 6 billion options here. Is that correct? Is that how that works? Factorial's like, if you just have one, you could have 2, you could have 2, you could have 2, you could have 2, you You could have 2. You could have 2. So I guess it's not technically 13, but it's like we've got millions of options is kind of my point here, which is so sick. So, I mean, you know, if you've got millions of options for different sounds to be coming in and out and playing and not playing and whatever, then you've just got hours of music. And this is it. It's literally just like this is a minute and 36 seconds worth of music right here. And then you've got this danger theme, obviously, that's like its own thing. So, okay, well, it is 6 o'clock. So I don't think I'm going to make it to this post-danger resolution one or the above the water idea that I had, but that is okay. A number 9 large. I'm assuming it's not as large as we have here in the States, but it is probably still pretty large. Fun news for you guys as I kind of begin to wrap up the stream here. Let me pull up the Spotify. New music is scheduled for release, which is my favorite thing because it means that it is like done and ready to go. So you guys are the first to hear of it. Obviously, some of you have already heard about it, and some of you have actually already heard it. It's called Emerge. It is going to be a 4-track EP. One of the songs is out already, and that is my most recent song called Pulse. Hair reveal happened a couple years ago when I got married. I'm pretty sure you saw those pictures. So the unhattening. So yeah, Emerge is coming out 2 weeks from today. I think it's really good. I've been working on it for a while. Probably like a couple years now at this point. At the wedding, bro. Maybe someday on stream. Anyways, I've got some really fun stuff with Emerge. I'm hopefully at some point in the near future on stream, I'm going to be working on trying to make like a live show out of it, which would be fun. And then I can kind of record that and post it on YouTube at some point. And then I've got some other like fun, small, very small, chill merch ideas that would effectively just be like, I don't even know that I would sell them. I think I would just like give them away to you guys. So it's more for my own personal enjoyment because I really love that kind of stuff. So yeah. A de-hattening points redemption. You want a hat? Actually, Jay, a hat plush is a great idea. I am still working on a logo, so whenever I get a logo and I make an actual hat, I will make a hat plush for you. I'll make sure that happens. I don't know that I want to make a de-hattening a points redemption, but if I did, it would be a ton of points. Like 10 million points or something. But anyways, you guys are the best. Thank you for hopping in. Next week, I'll probably work on some original music as opposed to the Subnautica stuff, just because we've done that for a couple weeks in a row here. But anyways, have yourselves a wonderful Thursday, or Jay, I believe it's Friday there now, probably. So, and yeah, keep an eye out. I'll be posting 47,000. Yeah. I do actually get to wear a hat at work, and I have for like the last couple years, which is kind of funny because I don't necessarily need to, but it's kind of fun. So anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. I'm trying to post more online, so as always, follow the socials. You guys all already do, but appreciate you. Have a good one.